Good morning, Long Beach. It's a pleasure to be here at Offshore Wind, California, the Pacific Offshore Wind Summit in the city of Long Beach. On behalf of the 450,000 members of the 150 plus affiliates of the State Building Construction Trades Council of California, there's a lot of places where we have great relationships across the state of California. There are none that I can think of that we have a better relationship than the community of Long Beach, whether it be the Port of Long Beach, the City of Long Beach, school districts, everywhere across this community. This is a community that believes in our membership, and it's a community that our membership believes in return. For years, we've had a relationship with the Port of Long Beach. We've put generations of building trades members to work building the port, improving the port, cleaning the port. And in 2024, we worked together with the Port of Long Beach and the California State Legislature to help deliver to the port another tool to help build pure wind. We worked together with a lot of partners. We weren't the only voice, but we lent a loud voice in that the Port of Long Beach needed to be able to deliver the pure wind infrastructure project with alternative delivery methods like design build, to make sure that we're being as efficient as we can with taxpayer dollars as we design and we build and construct the future of construction of offshore wind out of the Port of Long Beach. We have a project labor agreement that's been in place for over a decade now that we just renegotiated and renewed for another decade. That work is going to be covered under that type of agreement that prioritizes the very best in construction, also while prioritizing a local workforce. Many of the discussions prior to me coming up here talked about what opportunities there are going to be for local communities. What does it mean? What types of jobs are these going to be? We've also had these discussions in Humboldt, along with the Humboldt Del Norte Building Trades, the Humboldt Bay Harbor District. We have a project labor agreement there as well to deliver the infrastructure needs to be able to construct offshore wind off the north coast, all the while prioritizing local workers, the highest skilled, prioritizing tribal communities. I personally went out, I don't just personally come to Long Beach, I personally went out to Humboldt when we were having the public meetings on the development of the port of Humboldt Bay for offshore wind. I heard the parents talk about the opportunities for their children to stay in the community, to be able to have jobs where they can have a career and have a future, where they don't have to leave Humboldt, Del Norte counties, where they can have a future within their own community. Those kids, when they go to work improving that port, building that port, constructing the offshore wind towers, those kids are going to be members of building trades unions. Those kids might have been introduced to the trades through an MC3 program, a multi-craft core curriculum apprenticeship readiness program that right now the Humboldt Del Norte Building Trades is partnering with Cal Poly Humboldt to make available for the community. It's not just happening in Humboldt, it's also happening with the Tri-Counties Building and Construction Trades Council off our Central Coast, making sure people are ready to take advantage of these careers coming. And these are careers. These are careers that you're going to have 25, depending on what age you get in, 35 years in front of you to be able to build not only offshore wind, but also your community. Here locally with the Los Angeles, Orange County's Building Construction Trades Council, they have over 26 of these outreach programs introducing the trades to every corner of Los Angeles County, throughout the community of Long Beach and surrounding. We didn't support the climate bond, Proposition 4 at the State Building Trades, because it was the thing to do in 2024. We supported the climate bond because that was the future for our membership. not just for 2024, 2025, but for our generations going in the future. The type of work that it would fund, it's already been talked about that $475 million of that climate bond was earmarked to support offshore wind and the infrastructure needs and being able to hopefully secure more of those supply chains and all those manufacturing jobs here within the state of California. Our membership is looking forward to those jobs as well as the surrounding communities and our other sisters and brothers throughout the labor movement. We're looking forward to those jobs. We didn't go to our members to ask for resources to pass a climate bond to not build anything. We went to our membership because we talked about the future of those 72,000 apprentices that are going through union-sponsored apprenticeship programs in years of 2024, 2025. When we took in over 22,000 apprentices throughout the union-sponsored programs throughout California, we're taking in those apprentices for that 35-year career. And offshore wind presents a significant opportunity for every one of those apprentices. Those apprentices are going to have careers like I've had, now spanning 30 years. We're staying the course and committed to seeing the build-out offshore wind by also supporting projects like the Cademo project. It's a demonstration project off the Central Coast that has a project labor agreement with the state building trades, has received support from the California Energy Commission, and is not only going to help us develop floating offshore wind on the West Coast, not only going to help us give insight into our joint labor management apprenticeship training programs of all the crafts that will work on offshore wind, but it also tell us how we need to work with our tribal nations. The work that they are doing with the Chumash people is going to set an example how other projects work with tribal nations and the people in the Central Coast, in the northern part of our state, and all across our state. We supported AB 1373 to make sure, as we're planning for over 25 gigawatts to power the state of California, a state that prior to the pull of power from things like data centers needed every bit of that 25 gigawatts. We needed every bit of it. We've got a portion of that within the planning of the state of California right now, but we need central procurement to make sure that when people are investing in California, they know there's a marketplace for that power here in California. That's why on every single agreement we do, we're prioritizing the well-being of every one of those workers, not just of their economic well-being, but also safety. We want to make sure every one of them is safe and they have a chance to return home safely after work each day or after each shift of work at nighttime. We're further doubled down on the commitment to not only offshore wind, but to expand clean energy, to be able to have the infrastructure here to better adapt to and be able to sustain a changing climate. This year, we launched Climate Jobs California with building trades unions, the California Federation of Labor, the Climate Jobs National Resource Center, and Cornell University. We're going to double down on supporting building things like offshore wind to serve the state of California. I'm going to close by letting you into a little bit of insight that I share quite often. Our membership, members of building trades unions, can build anything the state of California can imagine. The state of California has offshore wind in its future, and our members are ready to build it. Thank you so much.